What's up, guys? Welcome back. Hope you've all been good, and sorry for the lack of videos in the last couple of weeks, but it was Easter and I was busy at work and I worked quite a long stretch. So as you can tell from the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about the Brighton Marathon. I can't remember where I got to or what I was talking about. First of all, I'm just going to talk about the game very quickly. Using one of my favourite guns, the KF7 in this game, which you're probably thinking, why am I playing Ghost anyway? Because I'm fed up with playing in Advanced Warfare, and this is the only game that I've got because at the moment I've moved back to my house, and my 360 is at my girlfriend's house. She had a problem with her boiler, so we've come back in. I couldn't bother to pack everything up, so this is the only Call of Duty I had that doesn't drive me completely insane, apart from the campers, the IADs and stuff. But you know, I've got a sit rep on, and to be honest, I'm not playing it that much, so the games that I have had I've quite enjoyed, other than people camping everywhere and IEDs, etc., like I just said. So get on to what I want to talk about is, I can't remember where I got to with regards to my running, but obviously, as you know, I had a slight injury and an IT band problem, and then I had to rest for 4 weeks. So after my 4 weeks rest, I did a 3-mile run, which was really successful, had no problems, and then I did a 9-mile run the week before the marathon. And the week leading up to the marathon, I did a 3-mile run. Obviously, as you know, I had up until 2 days before the 10th to put out the marathon, and I could run it next year. I can't remember the word for it, but I could run the marathon next year. As it happens, because everything was going good, I decided to do the marathon. So Saturday, I went down there with my girlfriend, my sister, my mum, my dad, my niece and nephew. All went down there, went and collected our race pack. My race number was 3745. I was starting the last pen to go, so we was all put into pens. I'll get into that in a second. So when I collected our race pack, got to our hotel, we went out in the evening to go and try and get something to eat, which wasn't very successful because everyone was booked up. We ended up going back to the hotel and eating there. I had a couple of beers, not too many, had a really early night. And then on race day, so that was on Sunday just gone. And just to let you know, I was doing a video last week and I did halfway through it and I didn't get to complete it, so I might bring that one another time. But anyway, yeah, so the morning of the race, we were up at 6 o'clock in the morning, had some breakfast, blah blah blah, got a taxi at 7:30. I was quite nervous about it. This is a massive event. It's the second biggest marathon in the UK after the London Marathon. 23,000 people I think entered it. So we got to a place called Preston Park in Brighton, and we waited around for about an hour or so. We had our bags that we could put onto lorries that got taken to the finish. So we dumped all our bags off, and then the marathon started at 9:15. Just before the marathon started, you had to go into different pens. I was in the green pen, which means I was one of the last lot of runners to go. So you had the elite white runners went first, then the blues, then the pinks, then the greens. So I was in the green pen because I put down a time of 4:30, which was what we were trying to expect to finish the marathon. So I was a bit nervous because I was hoping that I wouldn't get any pain or anything. Well, anyway, the marathon went really well. Managed to, at mile about 10, I saw my sister who was in a different pen. She was running with one of her friends, so we saw her. She was at about mile 12, we was at mile 10, so we was a couple miles behind. Obviously we got let off at different times. There was a minute interval in between all of the pens going. So we saw my sister, and then I managed to see my sister again at mile, I think we was at mile 14 and she was at mile 17, so we was about 3 miles behind, and everything was good. Obviously once I got past mile 13, I hadn't run further than that. I'd only done a half marathon before, so it was a bit of the unknown for me, but everything was good. We ended up running with a friend that my girlfriend knew who was part of Alzheimer's, because my girlfriend was running for Alzheimer's. She managed to raise about 550 quid. Obviously I was running for stroke victims for my nan, which is what the whole point of the race was. It was for the memory of my nan who died of a stroke. And yeah, after mile kind of 16, the girl that was running with us, she couldn't keep up with the pace that we were running. We were running slower than what we intended to. We was running about 11-minute miles, which was good because we wanted to hold back and then hopefully have something more, speed it up at around mile 17. So once we got to mile 17, we did speed it up a little bit, but to be honest, we didn't really have a lot more to give in that way. Obviously we were taking gels as we were running around the course, which gives you energy, which I had loads of energy, just that my legs started hurting. When we got to about mile 20, which everyone classes as being the wall, where it kind of becomes a bit more mental. So mile 20, we ended up going around this industrial estate, which was very hard. It was quite windy as well. But you know, we carried on. We got through it. The last 6 miles were probably the hardest of the whole race, and the last 3 were even harder than that. It was a very hard slog, but we managed to finish it. So me and my girlfriend both finished at exactly the same time. We ran the whole race together, and we did it in 4 hours and 51 minutes, which is really good for a first marathon. If you can do a first marathon in under 5 hours, it's really good. My sister did it in 3 hours 53, I think she did. She did it in sub 4, which is what she wanted, so she was really happy with that. And my cousin did it in 4 hours 41, so he was only 10 minutes behind my cousin. But overall, it was one of the best things I've ever done in my life. It was so fantastic. It was brilliant. The support was good. I had my name on my vest, so people were cheering you on, like, come on, Dan, and cheering you on. And it's just amazing. People coming out with their music on, and people with their own music in their houses, like blaring out. People coming out with oranges, jelly babies. The support was just fantastic. And honestly, if you're ever thinking about doing a marathon, I can't say enough. As much as it is hard, it's one of the best things I've ever done in my life, and it's such an achievement to do it. Something that, surprisingly or not, we're actually signing up to do another marathon later this year. We're going to do another one in October, the Bournemouth Marathon. Me, my sister and my girlfriend are going to do another one. Decided to join my sister's running group, the Larks, which was based in Larkfield, which is up the road from me, so I'm going to join that. So I've suddenly gone from doing no running. So my marathon was April. I started my training, or started running for the very first time. Obviously I did run before. I started my running in August, a little bit running in August and September, a little bit in October, not much in November, not much in December. I did loads in January, and then obviously February I did a little bit, reasonable amount of February, and then obviously I got my injury in March. So for having 4 weeks out and only having 2 weeks back prior to the marathon, I was over the moon and so chuffed to do it. And I'm just grateful for the support that I had, support from you guys, support from my parents, support from people, friends, family, friends at work, everybody that's been there. I just want to say thank you to everyone, because honestly, without everyone's support and help, I don't think I'd be able to get through it. And obviously I want to thank my nan, because I'm sure my nan was watching over me and my sister and gave us the strength that we needed to get through it. And I swear to God, she was the reason that we saw each other twice, because the likelihood of us seeing each other twice, even though it's in different directions, is with the I said 20,000 people running it, the likelihood of us seeing each other. And I saw my cousin as well. When we were on mile 20, he was on mile 23, and we saw him as well. And the chance of us all seeing each other out of all those people is probably one in God knows how many, one in 20,000, the chance of that actually happening. And it did happen. So it was an incredible thing, and I'm just really, really happy that I did it, and it was so good. Obviously yesterday, Monday after the marathon, we were a little bit tight. My knees were a little bit sore. Going up and downstairs was a bit of a challenge. But today, Tuesday, a little bit achy, but hardly anything at all. Considering how I felt after running 10 miles with my sister, which was back in September time, it's just good. And now we just got to keep this fitness up and keep marathon fit for the next one. So hopefully going to do lots more competitions, going to do another marathon, like I said, probably do another half marathon or a few half marathons, some 10Ks, some 5Ks, just going to enter loads of races. And it's just, I've got the bug, I have got the running bug. It's just been absolutely brilliant. And obviously, if you're getting tired of playing Advanced Four, come back and play some Call of Duty Ghosts. It's not the best game in the world, but at least you can have a bit of fun, and you know where everyone's going to be. They're going to be on the ground, running around most of the time, unless you get some campers, which you're going to get in this game. And in this game in particular, there was quite a few, and I had a bit of a dodgy start. I ended up doing alright. I come 22 for 15. I think it's 22 to 15. The guy above me, Jason the Brave, he was just annihilating every game that we played. But yeah, overall, I had such a really good time at the marathon. If you're going to do it, do it. It's brilliant. Thank you guys for supporting me yet again, and I will see you on the next one. Take it easy.